Factsverse presents 20 Bizarre Rules Ellen Makes Her Audience Members Follow. Ellen DeGeneres is one of the most loved celebrities in the world, and The Ellen DeGeneres Show is one of the most popular talk shows in American history. It has earned over 60 Emmy Awards since it began in 2003, and Ellen works hard to make sure that things always go smoothly, and she does this by creating some pretty crazy rules. Here are 20 of the bizarre rules that Ellen makes her audience members follow. Ellen tries to make it so that all of her fans can be included in the show. If a person has a specific requirement or special needs, they have to let the show know in advance. Ellen wants the experience to be great for everyone, so when a person gives 2 weeks' notice, any special arrangement that needs to be made can be made. The rule might seem excessive, but it helps people who have special requirements. Informing the show is simple. Fans just need to send an email to the address listed on their ticket confirmation. Ellen wants all of her fans to see the show, however, there is an age limit. She requires all of her guests to be over the age of 14. If a guest is over 14 but under 18, they still can be there, but they have to have an adult with them. Even child guests on the show are not allowed to sit in the audience. If a fan wants to sit in the studio audience but they look too young, they'll need to show ID if they're going to be allowed to take their seat. The show's producers want there to be a sense of anticipation from the audience. If a fan is hoping to get a front-row seat, they need to wait outside the Warner Brothers studio in Los Angeles. Even if you have a ticket, you still need to wait outside with the rest of the crowd. Fortunately, the weather in Los Angeles is mild. If it starts raining, fans can wait in one of the several restaurants in the area. Fans can end up waiting for hours before they're allowed to take their seats, but most don't mind. It is well worth the wait. It can take a while before you're seated in the studio audience at the Ellen DeGeneres Show. If you don't have tickets, it can be even longer. There are a few standby tickets available for each show, and you have to be there very early if you're going to get your hands on one. According to the show's official website, the studio opens up at 9 a.m. If you're going to get a standby ticket, you need to be there much earlier than that. Since taping begins at 12:30 p.m., it can make for a really long day. The process of getting into the studio and sitting down, it can be a very long one, so you should make sure that you have a big meal before heading there. That's because Ellen does not allow snacks in her studio audience. If you're caught with a snack or a drink in the studio, you'll be escorted out without being allowed to see the show, even if your stomach starts growling. Too bad, so sad, you gotta deal with it. If you get tickets to be in the audience of the Ellen DeGeneres Show and a friend or a family member do as well, there is no guarantee that you'll be sitting together. The show has strict seating arrangements. Everybody's given a number when they first arrive on set. It dictates the order in which each fan is allowed to take their seat. If your friend or a family member has a number that's much higher or lower than yours, you may not be sitting together. Each show often includes an opening monologue, a celebrity interview, a musical guest, and a funny practical joke or a touching human interest story. While audiences have an idea of what they can expect on the show, Ellen likes to retain an element of surprise. The audience doesn't find out who the celebrity guest is going to be until they walk onto the stage. When you hear the gasps of excitement from the audience when they see an A-list guest, those gasps are genuine. If you're shy or if you can't dance, you should not try to be an audience member on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. The show encourages the audience members to dance, and they practically demand you do so. If you have a ticket to be on the show, you are expected to be on your feet as often as you're sitting down. Many people who've been in the audience of The Ellen Show, they admit that it can be exhausting just being an audience member. Also, if the idea of dancing on national TV scares you, try to get tickets for a different show. In 2017, a writer for new.com.au traveled to Los Angeles to be a member of Ellen's studio audience. She wanted to write a piece on the day in the life of an audience member. She revealed that dancing did play a big part. Fans are encouraged to choreograph their dance move so that they can perform in unison when it's time. The writer said that the people in her row were not happy about the choreographed dancing, and when it was their turn, they just stared at each other awkwardly. If you're going to get a seat in the front row, you need to know the current top 100 songs. The front row is also known as the dance row. When Ellen dances through the row to get to the stage, Front row audience members must not only dance, but they also need to lip-sync to the music. That's a lot of pressure, but most people would kill to sit in the front row. Ellen loves to play games during her show. If you're a fan, you've seen her play Danger Word, Aw Snap, and blindfolded musical chairs. Ellen wants the game player to give their all if they're going to participate. Although the players are selected to take part in the games before the taping begins, they need to act surprised and show a lot of enthusiasm. There's even a practice session before taping begins, and the producers choose the person who can act the most excited to play while the cameras are rolling. If you've seen the show, you know that there is a lot of clapping, whooping, and hollering during the show. What you might not know is that it's not spontaneous. The audience is told by a designated staff member how they should respond. If you have a ticket to be in Ellen's audience, be ready to give up any sense of free will until the show's over. If you're wearing all black or all white, you may not be allowed to sit in the studio audience at all. The Ellen DeGeneres Show is all about positive vibes, and audience members are expected to wear very bright colors. Some ticket holders can wear black or white, but they have to be surrounded by other audience members who are wearing bright colors. When it comes to wearing jeans to the show, only dressy jeans are allowed. One fashion no-no on the Ellen DeGeneres Show is wearing matching outfits with members of your group. Nobody knows why Ellen has this rule, but some believe that Ellen doesn't want the audience to take the attention from her and her celebrity guests. There is more to the strict dress code, too. Backstage in the Riff Raff room, there's plenty of Ellen merchandise available for sale, so if you buy something there, you can't wear it on the show. You won't be allowed on the set if you're wearing something that you purchased. Ellen has an estimated worth of $87.5 million. That's a lot of money. Despite her wealth, though, many audience members bring her gifts. If you want to hand-deliver your gift, well, think again. When you arrive at the studio with your gift, security is going to check it first. As a guest, you are strictly forbidden to walk up to Ellen with a gift or even ask for a quick selfie. Guests of the show are given a piece of merchandise as a keepsake to remember their visit. If you try to take more than one of these keepsakes, you could be humiliated in front of the entire country. There was a time when one greedy guest tried to take several souvenirs. To keep people from trying to do it again, Ellen showed footage of the fan caught taking more than one gift. This fan was used as an example, and nobody's tried to take more than one free gift since. If you're going to be a guest on the show, you need to leave your chewing gum at home. The Ellen DeGeneres Show has a strict no-gum chewing policy for a few reasons. First, gum chewing is unattractive on camera and it's also distracting. It also makes it difficult for the audience members to sing along with the hit that's playing when Ellen comes on stage. And finally, people tend to stick their gum underneath their seats, and Ellen doesn't want the people who clean up to have to deal with that. Ellen tries to get people from all walks of life in her studio audience. To be sure that she has a diverse group, you're not allowed to give your tickets away or sell them. When you arrive at the Warner Brothers lot, you have to show a photo ID, and the name needs to correspond with the name on the ticket. If the names don't match, you will be sent away, and a stand-in audience member will fill your seat. You're not allowed to use your cell phones while in the audience. The producers will allow you to keep your phone on you, but it has to be powered off. If you're caught using your phone during the taping, the producers will confiscate it. You're also not allowed to bring a camera to the show. There are times when the show's taping has to be canceled because of situations that are out of the producer's control. If Ellen's too sick to film, she won't. This isn't really an issue for people from LA, but if you paid a lot of money to travel to the show from another part of the country, you're out of luck. The show will not reimburse you for the money that you spent to get there. Would you want to be an audience member on Ellen's show someday, or have all these rules kind of put you off the idea? Tell us in the comments and subscribe for more.